I'm sure that by now most of you guys have heard about the McDonald's worker up in Michigan named Afeni Muhammad, who went to work and killed her manager on the job. Now, this is a weird story, and just in case you haven't heard about it yet, here is a quick rundown.
An update to a breaking story we have been following the last few hours out of East Point, where police say an employee stabbing her own manager to death. This all happening inside a McDonald's on 9 Mile.
There was some sort of verbal altercation between this manager and an employee who, incidentally, the daughter says they were friends, that they were friendly. The employee goes home, according to police, gets a knife, comes back, stabs the manager. We've learned her name is Jennifer Harris, 39 years old. 6 children, a single mom, working here for 15 years, stabs her to death. And then somebody in the drive-thru, this is happening in the area of where the employees are working in the drive-thru section of the fast food restaurant. Somebody going through the drive-thru, a CPL holder, sees everything happen. He shoots his gun in the air to try to stop everything. Unfortunately, he is not successful in doing so. But as the suspect is running out of the McDonald's, the police say that the man with the gun actually ran after her and held her at gunpoint until police arrived.
So Afeni was sent home from work and then returned to McDonald's wearing a mask and carrying a knife. She proceeded to take the life of her manager, and luckily there was a customer there trying to buy a Big Mac or something. In the drive-thru, he sees everything go down. He wasn't able to stop her while she was in the act, but luckily he was able to hold her at gunpoint until law enforcement arrived on the scene. Now, unfortunately, but unsurprisingly, there are a lot of people online that are sympathizing with Afeni right now. They are supporting her, because she has put out videos before she killed her manager, claiming that her manager was mistreating her, her manager was bullying her, would send her home early for no reason, and all of these other things. I'll show you guys the video in just a moment. But here's my thing. I'm sure that sometimes fast food managers might not be the nicest people. And if you've ever worked anywhere, it doesn't have to be fast food. If you have ever worked anywhere, you know that sometimes you could have a boss that's not really nice. Sometimes you could have a mean boss. Sometimes your boss has a bad day and kind of takes it out on the employees. This is something that everyone who has ever worked anywhere has experienced, right? However, that's not bullying, okay? When your manager or your boss comes to work and expects you to do your job and gets on to you about not doing your job, that's not bullying. But you see, kids these days, young people these days, and it's not just young people anymore either, it's middle-aged people as well. So let's just say people these days in general, it seems like they cannot differentiate the difference between like constructive criticism, maybe something your boss will tell you, and bullying. If your manager comes to work and you're slacking off on the job and she or he tells you to get to it, that's not bullying. If your boss is at work and he wants you to mop the floor, clean the ice cream machine that doesn't work, it doesn't matter what they want, that's not bullying. But in this girl's eyes, it was. And she's claiming that the boss would send her home early for no reason and stuff like that. But from what I'm hearing, she would be at the job, dancing around, filming weird videos for TikTok, and that's why she would be getting sent home early. But of course, as per usual, it's the didn't do nothing. Afeni didn't do nothing wrong at work. We should support her now that she came back to her job after being sent home earlier and she killed her manager. We should support her because she was bullied. It's absolutely wild to see, but it's something that we see way too often these days. I want to go ahead and roll this clip, though, because as I said, she uploaded all of these different weird videos before she killed her manager, and we're going to be going through some of those videos. So let's go ahead and roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, you know, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on. And then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right. But we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked. And I caught her a few times making a mistake. And she tried to hurry up and play it off. You know, nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So all that animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, and then trying to tell me, I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative shit she's saying about, you know, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all of that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That shit is crazy. I'm telling you. But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all. So, you know, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't.
So naturally, the usual suspects came out in full force to defend this girl. I don't know why, but for some odd reason, these people just have the inherent need to support murderous behavior. They always do. I don't know why, but it's something that I cannot ignore. I notice the pattern, okay? Every time we have one of these stories, if it involves someone that looks a certain way, people that look like them will come together and rally around these murderers. And Afeni or Athena, whatever her freaking weirdo name is no different. I kid you not. When I started looking into the story, some of the first posts I saw were about, oh God, you just don't understand. Black women are worked so hard. Black women are mistreated in the workplace. Black women are hanging on by a string. And it's crazy because the woman she killed is black as well. The McDonald's manager that Afeni killed is a black woman, a mother of like 6 kids, if I'm not mistaken. But that doesn't matter at all. Her life didn't matter. You know, supporting a murderer, that's what matters for these people. So I saw all of these whacked out excuses, and then I started seeing comments like this one. This young girl was crying for help against a workplace bully. Y'all need to side with her and stop at work bullying. Just because you've grown adult by default and gave birth to 5 or 6 kids doesn't mean you're an adult. Just because you're a manager at McDonald's or anywhere else for that matter doesn't make you an adult. You will sit there and throw a fit over a drug addict, convicted criminal, and immortalize that person in statues, but y'all won't help the young people that's crying out for help. So, look, I think that if you're a manager at McDonald's, you got 8 kids of your own, half of the people working under you are your kids' age, of course you're going to have kind of a motherly role, right? You're a fast food manager, you got a bunch of kids of your own, they're all the same age as your fry cooks and your cashier. Of course you're going to take on that motherly role. And I'm sure just like she was probably had nice moments with them as a mother type figure, she also had stern moments. And that's okay. That's something that I would have respected as a young adult. That's not something that would drive me to killing someone. And hell no, we shouldn't be siding with this psychopath. What do you mean we should be siding with the killer here? If you're getting bullied at work, if your workplace environment is toxic, quit. Go work somewhere else. You're not working at a Fortune 500 company. This is not the job opportunity of a lifetime. No shade, but you're working at McDonald's. You don't like the manager? Go work at Burger King across the street. I would say go work for Chick-fil-A, but Chick-fil-A wouldn't hire this psychopath. And I call her a psychopath for a reason. And you'll find out why in just a moment. But I have another delusional comment I want to read for you all. No, she died a bully and a manager for McDonald's. She looks like she be doing everything the woman that stabbed her said. Even her kids look like assholes, no shade. I'm team worker. F the higher-ups, honestly. They all be having ego trips and power trips anyway. They don't care for us. So we've now reached the point where McDonald's managers are considered higher-ups. And you see, this is why I told people that, like, the fascination around, what was his name, Luigi Maggioni, the guy who killed, like, the health insurance CEO or whatever. I told people that that was very dangerous. The way people rallied around him and supported him because he was a common man that took out a powerful CEO, a higher up. I told people that that was dangerous because we all live different lives. Who you view as a higher up may be much different than who someone else views as a higher up. You see, Luigi, he had health problems that he felt like could have been solved by his insurance company. They screwed him over. So he goes after the CEO of the insurance company. That's his higher up. That's the higher up that he felt did him wrong. For Afeni, her higher up isn't some billionaire in the pharmaceutical industry or anything like that. Her higher up is the manager at McDonald's. For someone out there, you're the higher up. Maybe there's a YouTuber with 3,000 less subscribers than me watching my video right now, thinking of me as a higher up. Would it be okay if he just shanks me? Think about your mom at work. Think about your sister, your brother. Oh, this lady is the head cashier at the grocery store. She's higher up than the bag boy and the guy pushing carts outside. Maybe they'll come up with a plot to take her out, and it'll be okay because she's a higher up. You see, that mentality can and will become very dangerous. And we see it right here. We went from higher ups being the CEOs of multi-billion-dollar companies that screw thousands of people over to higher ups being managers who told someone, hey, you need to cook those chicken McNuggets a little bit longer. So that mentality is a very dangerous mentality to have. But speaking of dangerous, this is what blows my mind about this story. I see these people online defending this girl following up with all of the stuff that she's saying, all of her excuses about bullying and what have you. But if you look at her social media for 30 seconds, you can clearly tell that this girl is absolutely disturbed. She is not mentally okay, folks. This woman is crazy. Why should we believe anything that she has to say? I looked at her videos and I was just like, what? Why would someone even look at this person as a reliable source for any information? This woman is completely and absolutely insane, no exaggeration. I'm looking at videos of her walking around with dead birds, videos of her pretending to be Chucky, and all types of weird stuff, and people are just following up with her like, yeah, we defend her. She was being bullied. No, that woman, that girl, however old she is, I think it was like 26, she's out her freaking mind. She's off her rocker. But that's another problem in today's society. People have lost the ability to be able to tell when someone's crazy or not. Because the world is just so crazy. The world has become so crazy that absolute psychopaths are just blending in with society. And to me, these people stick out like sore thumbs. But to the modern age people, the new age people out here, they can't tell the difference. I took one look at Afeni Muhammad or whatever her name is, and I was like, yep, she's crazy. I didn't have to know about the details about her life. And looking at her videos, she makes it evidently clear that she's not okay. Speaking of, I have a clip that I want to show you right now. But before I do, if you guys support the channel, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Drop a comment. If you want to take your support one step further, you can donate via Cash App or Super Thanks. And with that being said, let's go ahead. Let's roll this clip. You tell me if you think this girl is okay, and then I'll be right back with more.
I was wrongfully treated today at work. I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times. My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say. Stop talking to me. And to walk into my space, still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me. That made me very unhappy. It was ridiculous. Because I know that I'm a great person. And I know I won't be tolerating that. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next. Because it wasn't right. It was ridiculous. And there will be hell to pay for that. Without a doubt.
So yeah, guys, let's throw all of our support behind the absolute psychopath that just murdered a mother of like 6 kids. Because, oh, she was told that she had to actually do her job at McDonald's. Oh my God, she was told that she needed to sprinkle a little more salt on the fries. Maybe her cash register was short a few pennies. Let's support this woman. Let's just all rally around her. I'm sure that mother deserved to die over telling her employee that they needed to do their job. I'm sure all of that lady's kids deserve to be without a mother now. Because their mother did the most disgusting thing ever. She sent a McDonald's worker home earlier because the worker wasn't doing their job. The worker was absolutely out of their mind filming absolutely insane TikTok videos instead of making double cheeseburgers. Yeah, it's frustrating. It makes me angry that people are like this. But it's only getting worse. It's not getting any better, folks. It's definitely not getting any better. I mean, the fact that I even have to sit down and make this video is stupid. And I saw this story for a couple of days. I didn't sit down to make this video until I realized, oh God, another one. Another absolutely sick, disgusting person that an entire community of people are coming together to rally around again. Why? It's always the worst of the worst. The worst of the worst. And people are literally sitting here, spending their free time. They could be doing anything else in the world, but they're spending their free time making excuses for this psychopath. So, yeah, folks, definitely some scary stuff. I've been telling you guys this for years. You got to be careful out there. People are hanging on by a string. That's why I do my best not to associate with too many people, because you never know when someone's going to snap. And I think that we need to stop this, how can I put it? We reached a point in society where we stopped being judgmental. And I'm not telling you that it's a good thing to be a really judgmental person. I try not to judge too much, but sometimes you're supposed to judge people. Sometimes you're supposed to look at people and say, hey, you know what? That person looks crazy. Maybe I don't want them working here. You know what? That person is acting really freaking crazy. I'm going to distance myself from that person. That's something that we got to bring back. Because a lot of people have lost that ability, or they're afraid to use that ability. Not me. I notice that someone's off acting weird. I ain't going to waste no time. You can call me a bigot. You can call me whatever you want. I have no problem separating myself from dangerous, insane people. And other people should have no problem doing the same. Would you rather be called a bigot for separating yourself from someone like this woman that we're speaking of, Athene? Would you rather be considered a bigot and still be alive, or would you rather be 6 feet under because you didn't want to judge anyone by their looks or by the way they acted? Yeah, screw that. I'm going to judge every step of the way. I don't care what anyone says. You guys let me know what you think, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.